Aboud lived a simple life. He loved his village and the familiar faces he saw every day. One day, everything changed. A letter arrived, sealed with a crimson wax stamp. It was addressed to Aboud, and his name was written in elegant cursive.
With trembling hands, he broke the seal. The letter spoke of an inheritance, a grand mansion in a distant city, left to him by a relative he had never met.
Aboud's heart pounded in his chest. A mansion his. He reread the letter, tracing the words with his finger. It was real. He was now the owner of a property he had only dreamt of in stories. The thought both excited and frightened him. What would he find there? Who was this mysterious relative?
The letter was short on details. It only provided an address in a city he had never visited. It ended with a plea to come quickly and claim his inheritance.
Aboud sat back, his head spinning. He had to go. He had to see this mansion with his own eyes. The mansion occupied Aboud's every thought. He imagined towering walls covered in ivy, secret passages, and maybe even a hidden treasure. His imagination ran wild with images from adventure books he loved to read. He pictured himself exploring dusty attics and uncovering forgotten family secrets.
The thought of leaving his village filled him with a mix of excitement and apprehension. He would miss his friends, the familiar routines, the comfort of his small home. But the pull of the unknown was too strong to resist. The mansion represented an adventure, a chance to break free from the ordinary.
Aboud knew he couldn't just leave on a whim. He needed to prepare. He had to pack, inform the villagers, and find a way to reach the city. This journey would be long and challenging, but the thought of the mansion fueled his determination. Aboud surveyed his meager belongings. What does one pack for a journey to an inherited mansion? He decided to take only the essentials: a change of clothes, a sturdy bag, his favorite book of fairy tales, and a small pouch of coins.
His most prized possession, a compass his grandfather had gifted him, found a place in his pocket. It represented his adventurous spirit and would guide him on this new path.
As he packed, his anxiety morphed into anticipation. He was ready to face the unknown. He informed the villagers of his unexpected inheritance and his imminent departure. They were surprised, some even envious, but all wished him well. Aboud promised to write to them, sharing tales of his adventures. With a heart full of hope and a bag full of dreams, Aboud set off on his journey. The train journey was an adventure in itself. Aboud had never been on a train before. He marveled at the speed, the rhythmic chugging of the engine, the ever-changing scenery flashing by. He pressed his face against the window, his eyes wide with wonder.
He saw sprawling fields painted in hues of green and gold, rivers shimmering like silver ribbons under the sun, and distant hills cloaked in a blue haze.
He shared his meager food with fellow passengers, listening to their stories and sharing his own excitement about the mansion. As night fell, the train rattled on. The rhythmic clatter of the wheels lulled him to sleep. He dreamt of winding staircases, hidden rooms, and a friendly face welcoming him to his new home. Section 5, A Strange City Awaits.
The city overwhelmed me.
Used to open fields and quiet village life, the bustling streets filled with noise, crowds, and unfamiliar smells both fascinated and intimidated him.
The tall buildings seemed to touch the sky, and horse-drawn carriages clattered over cobblestone streets.
He clutched the letter with the mansion's address, feeling a pang of uncertainty.
I asked for directions, my voice barely a whisper above the city's din.
People rushed by, their faces grim and preoccupied, leaving him feeling small and insignificant. Despite his initial apprehension, Aboud was determined to find his inheritance.
I pressed on, guided by a combination of instinct, luck, and the kindness of strangers who pointed me in the right direction.
He clung to the hope that the mansion would be a haven from the city's chaos. Section 6, Whispers in the Wind. As he ventured further into the city, the streets became narrower and quieter. The air grew heavy with the scent of damp earth and blooming jasmine. Aboud felt a shift in the atmosphere.
The city's frenetic energy seemed to dissipate, replaced by an eerie stillness.
He passed by crumbling buildings with boarded-up windows, their facades adorned with faded grandeur. He could almost hear whispers carried on the wind, tales of the city's past, of forgotten lives and secrets buried within the city walls.
I felt a chill run down my spine, a prickle of unease.
He quickened his pace, eager to escape the oppressive atmosphere of the old city and reach his destination. The promise of the mansion, once a beacon of hope, now felt like a question mark hanging heavy in the air. Section 7. The House on the Hill. Finally, after hours of walking, Aboud arrived at the address mentioned in the letter. He looked up, his heart pounding in his chest.
Perched atop a hill overlooking the city stood the mansion, an imposing silhouette against the twilight sky.
Even from a distance, the mansion exuded an aura of forgotten elegance. It was a magnificent structure with tall, arched windows, a sprawling balcony overlooking the city, and a roofline adorned with intricate carvings. Yet there was a sense of neglect about it.
Vines crawled up its walls, partially obscuring the faded grandeur beneath.
The garden lay overgrown and untamed, as if nature itself was reclaiming its dominion over the once pristine estate. As Aboud climbed the hill leading to the mansion, his excitement battled with a growing sense of unease. The closer he got, the more imposing the mansion seemed. Its shadow stretched towards him like a long, dark finger.
This place, it's so much more than I imagined.
He stood at the foot of the grand staircase leading to the front door. The air grew heavy, filled with the chirping of crickets and the rustle of leaves. He felt a cold shiver run down his spine. He was alone.
All right, here we go.
He reached out and touched the cold iron gate. It creaked as he pushed it open, the sound echoing through the stillness. He took a deep breath and stepped inside. He was determined to uncover the secrets hidden within the mansion walls. With each step deeper into the mansion, Aboud felt the weight of the past pressing down on him. Dust-covered furniture sat shrouded in white sheets, frozen in time. Cobwebs hung from every corner, and portraits of stern-faced strangers stared down at him from the walls.
It's like stepping into another world.
He wandered through rooms filled with forgotten treasures, a grand piano with yellowed keys, a library with shelves stacked high with leather-bound books, a dining room set for a feast that never happened. It felt as if the mansion had been holding its breath, waiting for him to arrive.
These walls, they have so many stories to tell.
Each room whispered tales of a bygone era, of laughter and sorrow, of lives lived within these walls. Aboud felt a strange connection to this place, as if he were meant to be there, unraveling the threads of his family's past. Standing in the center of the grand foyer, bathed in the pale moonlight filtering through the arched window above, Aboud made a silent promise. He would honor his inheritance. He would uncover the secrets hidden within the mansion walls and learn the truth about his family.
I will bring life back to this place.
He would clean the dust and cobwebs, let light flood into the darkened rooms, and bring life back to this forgotten place. He wasn't just a boy from a small village anymore. He was the master of this grand estate, the keeper of its stories.
No matter the challenges, I will face them.
He knew there would be challenges ahead, perhaps even dangers lurking within the shadows, but he was ready to face them. He had faced the unknown journey, the strangeness of the city, and the eerie silence of the mansion. He was no longer afraid. As Aboud turned to explore the mansion further, a glint of metal caught his eye. He bent down and brushed away the dust. A small silver key lay half-hidden in the shadows beneath a dusty rug. He picked it up, its surface cold and smooth against his palm.
What could this key unlock?
His heart quickened. Where could this key lead? What secrets might it unlock? He looked around the foyer, his eyes scanning the walls, the furniture, the ceiling. There had to be a lock somewhere, a hidden door, a secret passage waiting to be discovered.
This is just the beginning.
He clutched the key tightly in his hand, a surge of excitement coursing through him. The mansion had presented him with his first clue, the first step on a journey of discovery. He was ready to face whatever mysteries lay ahead, eager to unlock the secrets of his inheritance.